All right, everyone. It is officially 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to welcome everybody to tonight's iBoomerang call. Now, if you are on this line tonight and you are already in business, congratulations. One of the things I recommend for people who are already started with us is to make sure that you're on each and every one of these calls. The reason being is because each of the presenters are going to bring something different, and this business is a business that's built off of repetition. So the more you hear the different ways that people talk about the business, then the more you'll be able to talk about the business to other people as well as explain what's going on in your business. If you are joining us for the first time as a person of interest, someone who's interested in getting more information out of the business, I want you to send a text message right away to the person who invited you on this call tonight, because we have some amazing information lined up for you. And but the first thing is, of course, all great companies are built off of transparency. So this is our most transparent disclaimer that you will have. It says that we don't guarantee that anyone is going to become a millionaire. We don't advise anyone to quit their jobs. We're simply presenting you with an opportunity to make as much money as you see fit. So some people, they only want to make a couple $100 a month. Some people, they want to make enough money to pay their mortgage or their rent. And then some people like myself, we want to make enough money to completely go live on another continent somewhere for 3 months. Okay. So that's one of the reasons that I joined this business and what I love about it. A little bit about myself. My background is in chemistry and biology. So by profession, I am a forensic scientist. I worked with the Illinois State Police for the last 10 years, but this business gave me the option of walking away from my full-time job. And the way I did that was I utilized this business as a vehicle to get me out of corporate America. So I was able to work this business on a part-time basis while making a full-time income. So we're going to show you how that was possible in just a second. But first and foremost, I would not have been able to do that if it was not for the vision of this company. This is something that we realized that it was time for the network marketing industry to evolve. You guys have probably had some experiences with this industry or people, inviting you out to opportunities previously. I can assure you that this business is different. In fact, if you have a testimony to how different this business is, somebody go ahead and type hashtag just different in the chat right now, because that's exactly what we are. We realized that it was time for the industry of network marketing to evolve away from what it's always been. This is not your average Tupperware company or your skincare company. This is something that has the ability to seriously impact lives. And you do not have to be a strong recruiter or an extrovert in order to do well with this business. Now, how are we going to do this? We're going to do this with a first-class consumer experience. We're going to offer you a first-class consumer experience. Now, just based off of experience, if I go to my favorite restaurant, there's some things that I'm going to start expecting from the people who I see working there. Just like I notice their faces, I want them to start noticing my face as well. I want them to know that when I sit down at their table, I want them to know that I like my water without ice. I want them to know what my favorite drink is. I want them to know what my usual entree is that I ordered. So that way, when the second they see me, they can greet me by name. They can bring out my water with no ice, and they can immediately bring out my salmon, which how I like it, medium well. Now, if I get a waitress that's serving me and she knows that just because she's seen me at her table 3 times, what do you think her tip is going to be? She's going to get a really nice tip because she's attentive to my needs and she personalized my consumer experience at her place of employment. So that's what we call a first-class consumer experience, is personalizing the business for people and finding out what's important to them so that we can help them build, own, operate, and maximize this opportunity, or what we like to say as boom. So we also have a perpetual residual income builder. This company is disrupting the network marketing industry just the way Uber disrupted the taxi cab industry. And guess what? Uber didn't stop with ride shares. Uber is now doing Uber Eats. Depending on which city you live in, you'll start seeing scooters that people are taking around the city, where people are getting around, and not just cars now, they're getting around on Uber scooters. They're ordering Uber Eats right to their house. So Uber has branched off into other things besides just rideshare, and iBoomerang is heading down that same direction too. Travel is just a vehicle that we're using to get in the door of people's households because it's something that's fun, it's sexy, and nobody's allergic to it. We call that a perpetual residual income builder, or what we call a PRIB. Okay, so let's have a little bit more look into what the old model looks like. In the old model, customers paid more. Everybody knows that each time you make a purchase, and this isn't just with network marketing, this is anytime you make a purchase as a consumer. If you're purchasing furniture, that furniture is marked up. If you're purchasing jewelry, that jewelry is very marked up. If you're purchasing clothing, food, or anything, it's marked up. So this isn't even just a model, a business model that's unique to network marketing. It's unique to any time you make a purchase as a consumer. You're going to pay more than what that product was actually worth. And then if you are in this industry, only the strong recruiters would win until now. So the new model says that we're only going to make money when our customers save money. And I love this because one of the main things that when I first started this business about 6 years ago, one of the main things that I would hear is people would talk about the pricing, or they would talk about, oh, you're trying to make money off of me. Well, now this is something that's legitimately, I'm only going to make money by helping you save money. So I love this business model, and I love the concept behind iBoomerang. And the way we're going to bring this vision to fruition is with the travel industry. It's an $8 trillion industry. Asia does $70,000 per second. I can attest to you, I can see why Asia is doing this much in travel. If you travel to Asia, you're going to be able to stay in some of the most luxurious hotels for some of the most cost-effective prices. It's an absolutely beautiful country with beautiful people. I highly recommend, I am team Asia, okay? I also love the European continent. I'm actually heading out to Greece next month, start leaving out next month on July 8th. I'll be traveling to Athens, Santorini, and Mykonos. So I'm also going to be a product of the product. Europe is also a very beautiful country. Latin America, Africa. I've been to each of these continents, guys. So I've seen for myself. I've been to each of these continents on here. Right here in the US, it does $32,000 per second. Now get this, I live in the great city of Chicago, Illinois, where we have two major airports. We have O'Hare International Airport and we have Midway Airport. Now, I want to put things into perspective for you, because one of the main questions that we get is, well, can I really make money with this business? Just our two airports alone here in Chicago see on average about 98 million passengers that are passing through our airports on a yearly basis. Now, if you take into consideration that everybody living in a major city across the globe, there's a probably 50% chance that each time you leave your house, you're going to be brushing shoulders with someone who does not live in your city. So now the only question you have to ask them is, would you like to stay in 5-star hotels for 3-star prices? Let's not make this business model complicated, guys. It's a yes and no question. You can take the selling aspect out of it. We know a lot of people don't like selling. We're not asking you to sell. We're asking you to save people money. They're already going to do it, whether you tell them about it or not. And this slide right here is proof of that. It's an $8 trillion business, and this may be your first time hearing about it. Now, people previously, they're already booking on sites like booking.com, Travelocity, OpenTable, hotels.com. I'm in a lot of these travel groups on Facebook, and I noticed that a lot of people are very knowledgeable about the travel industry, but they aren't getting paid for it, and they're paying full price. And they're giving away all of this free information, and all they have to show for it is a bunch of likes on social media. So what we want to do is we want to help you build a business out of the knowledge that you may already have in the travel industry. So did you know that with all of the information that you're giving away, booking holders in Expedia has a monopoly on the travel industry? So there are people recommending different sites to book their travel on. They're really going back and forth between two sites. So what you're going to see on your computer is Travelocity, Agoda, Orbit, OpenTable. But what we know what's really going on behind the curtains is booking holdings and Expedia, booking holdings and Expedia, booking holdings and Expedia, because they've monopolized the industry until now. We have an iGo wholesale rate booking platform. This allows you as a travel savings ambassador with iBoomerang to save up to 70% off of what Expedia and Booking Holdings is offering you. Now, I do have a quick testimony. When you book your travel on Expedia, sometimes you'll see that yellow box pops up that says, congratulations, you just saved 60% off your hotel. Well, guess what? You still paid the retail price because there was more to offer. And that's what we come to offer you today. We have wholesale rate prices available to you through our iGo booking platform. And I do want to point out that this booking website is available to you immediately upon partnering up with us. So you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to recruit anyone. You don't have to be in business for 90 days. And there's no monthly quota that you need to meet before coming in and immediately taking advantage of our iGo booking platform. Now, a man once told me documentation beats conversation. So we are partnered with Extreme Travel. Extreme Travel is an 18-year-old debt-free company that's operating out of Allen, Texas. And we spent the last 18 years developing vendor relationships. How many people know that this is a relationship building business? And because we've put some pretty impressive numbers on the board, we've been heavily rewarded for that. Take a look at what we've done with FunJet, Carnival Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. So even if you're not familiar with iBoomerang, or if you're not familiar with Extreme Travel, then you have probably already used some of these vendors already, and you probably have points with them, and you probably use them all the time. Well, you can still use the same vendors that you're already using. We're just going to show you how to go for less. Somebody say, I go for less. Yes, that's the name of the deal. And this is Extreme Travel is under the leadership of, I have to mention, our CEO with Extreme Travel, Mr. David Manning, as well as our director of travel, Mrs. Lori Spears, who is the CEO of Extreme Travel, Mr. David Manning. Now, have a look at some of these rates and why everyone who travels, even if it's just once a year, needs to have an iGo booking platform. If you want to go to New York City and stay 4.5-star hotel, you can do that on Expedia. You can book it for $339 per night. And guess what? Someone is going to be staying right next door to you, and they're going to be paying $178 per night, because they're going to be an iBoomerang Travel Savings Ambassador, and they're going to save $161 per night. New York is an expensive place to stay. It's one of the most expensive cities that is here in the U.S. And I don't know about you guys, but with my savings, if I go to New York, I want to get an extra slice of Junior's cheesecake. That is one of my favorite places in New York. So it also works internationally. Have you ever seen a newborn baby that's been born with teeth, a full set of teeth? Because that's kind of like what iBoomerang is. We officially launched in March. Okay, so now we have all of these savings. We're in over 100 countries. and we can present these type of savings to you. We're chewing through the competition, okay? So Paris, France, it works everywhere, guys. If you want to go to Paris, France, if you want to go international, you can stay in a 4-star hotel for $440 per night on Travelocity, or you can stay in this exact same hotel for $130 a night and save yourself $310 per night. As I previously mentioned, I have been to Europe before. I'm actually going to Europe again in less than 2 weeks. And I want to make sure that my dollar can go as far as I can take it once I convert my dollars over to euros, because I already know that my dollar is not going to go as far in euros as it goes here in the US. So these savings are very important to me. Now, in New York City, if you want to rent a car when you get there, we also have rental cars available too. You can rent a car for $392, or you can utilize your iGo platform and pay $221 for the exact same car. So the name of the game is really saving people money. It's the same car, it's the same room, it's the same seat on a plane, the same cabin on a cruise. We're just showing people how to go for less and how to book their travel in a more cost-effective way. In fact, most people don't travel as much as they would like to because they think it's expensive. So what if we can show them an opportunity of how they can travel for less? Now, if you want to upgrade your vacations into a holiday and stay a little bit longer, then we also have weekly stays available to you as well with our iGo platform. So for instance, if you wanted to go to Punta Cana and stay in a 4-star resort on hotels.com for $1,215 for the week, you're more than welcome to do that. We're not taking anything away from anybody, but we would like to show you how you can stay in that exact same resort for $712 a week and save you about $500. Now, for those of you who have been paying attention to the economy, everything is headed, well, not everything, but cryptocurrencies is a thing. And I do want to point out that Bitcoin, you can pay for your vacations with Bitcoin if you don't want to use cash for them. And I think that's huge because we're all about giving people options and doing what? Providing them with a first-class consumer experience. Now, these are some real life confirmations on here from people who have actually went out and tested the product. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I do want to point out this last one here. This is a reservation that was booked by our CEO and founder of iBüümerang, Mr. Holton Buggs. He's been in the industry for he's going into his 29th year in the industry of network marketing. He was the visionary behind this business concept. He was the one who stood up and said, it's time for the network marketing industry to evolve. And I'm not just going to say that, I'm going to get out and build a company that everything that I didn't like as a distributor, I'm going to correct it as the CEO. Now, that was a boss move right there, Mr. Buggs. Now, let's have a look at his reservation. He paid $1,348 for his reservation. He earned 1,687 rewards credits. Now, you also get rewards credits each time you book in your iGo platform, but have a look at his savings for this particular resort. He saved $1,589. Now, I'm going to put his business out there just a little bit. We already know that Mr. Buggs is a multi-millionaire from the industry of network marketing. I love the fact that he gets excited about saving $1,589 because that's how the rich and wealthy think, and that's how the rich stay rich is because they know how to get the deals. They do cost-effective things so that way they can keep money in their pockets versus frivolously spending on things that they know that they can get at a better rate. Now, take this out. I have a testimony of myself. And this is just, I know you're looking at the numbers on the screen. Someone saved $1,000. Someone else saved $532 on their reservation. Another person saved $848. I saved $90 on my hotel. So I didn't save as much as they did, but guess what? That was $90 that I got to keep in my pocket and out of the hotel's pocket. So I'll take that. That's something that I wanted to point out because I don't want anybody to think that each time they book something, they're going to save over $1,000. Even if you save $1, that's still your dollar. And I don't know what you want to do with your dollar. I would probably buy a pack of Mentos or something with my dollar that I saved, but that's still my dollar and that's my Mentos. So I'll take it. I like saving money. We have an entire ecosystem of things to people to choose from. Somebody say options, okay? We give you options in this business. You can do hotels, rental cars, cruises, flights, homes, weeks, marketplace, timeshare owners. We have something for you too. So even if you already have a timeshare or you are a timeshare owner and you're wondering how can you benefit from this business, you can list your timeshare in the iGo platform and you can have people bid on it. So it's like eBay, but for timeshare owners. So if you're not using your timeshare as often as you would like to, list it on the iGo platform and you actually generate cash money for listing your timeshare on the iGo platform. We have something for everybody. Again, when a couple of other TSAs and myself, we're going to Greece next month, guys. And guess what? We're going to use our iGo platform to book our excursion to tour the Acropolis in Greece. We used our iGo platform to do Athens, Dinner in the Sky. We're going to use our iGo platform to see what we can do around Santorini and Mykonos. We're going to be a product of the product. We have a wine club. We have restaurant savings. And for those of you who wonder what that is, I've seen a restaurant savings card for it's worth $110, but the iGo system had it back there for $11. I like to eat. So that means that my greedy self can spend $11 and go and pig out and eat $110 worth of food and not feel guilty about it because I have access to the iGo ecosystem. Yes to that. Now, my favorite question of the day is, do you boomerang? You all know if you've seen me do it before. My name is Elaine, and yes, I boomerang. And you will too once I finish explaining all of the greatness to you about it. When you send out a boomerang customer website, it allows you to share 50% of your savings with friends and family, and it's exclusive to people and iBoomerang. Let's have a look at what this looks like. Now, I am a travel savings ambassador. So on the Travel Savings Ambassador member site, if we want to look at an all-inclusive resort in Playa del Carmen, we're going to save up to 70% off of our hotel. So if we're looking at a hotel that's charging $48.67 for that stay, as a Travel Savings Ambassador, you're going to get it for $1,467. That's amazing, right? Now, because I'm your friend and I want to see you doing well too, I want to see you win, I want to help you out. You don't really want to do this business, but you do want to save on your travel. There's nothing wrong with that. We've got something for you too. We can give you a iBoomerang customer site. You can stay in this exact same hotel that we're going to be staying at, and you're still going to save $1,699. We'll just call it $1,700 just for simplicity's sake. So instead of spending $4,800, you're only going to spend $3,100 on this hotel. Now, would you be upset if someone helped you save $1,700 on a trip that you were going to book anyway? So let's have a look at what happens on the Travel Savings Ambassadors end when you hand out that boomerang customer site. Your customer is going to save $1,700. And guess what? When they activate that customer website, the company is going to donate a free meal to an impoverished child. So now you just threw out goodwill twice. That's called killing two birds with one stone. So that is actually the concept of the boomerang. What happens when you throw a boomerang? It comes back. So when you throw out our boomerangs, it comes back to you in cash savings and goodwill, because again, the company is going to donate a free meal to an impoverished child, and your customer is going to save $1,700 on their trip in this example. Now, what happens with that $1,700 in savings? You're going to earn a travel bonus of $850. Pretty awesome. The other 50% of that, $595, is going to be fed back up into the compensation plan. And then the other 15% is going to go back to the company. So the company is only getting 15% of this profits, which means it's an 85% payout to the person who sent the boomerang. Absolutely amazing. Let's have a closer look at what this customer acquisition model can really do. So if you say, you know what, that's a great idea. I know at least 10 people who travel often and would like to save on their travel. You go out and get yourself 10 customers. That means that each of those 10 customers, and we're doing a very conservative model on this, each of those 10 customers are going to take one trip per year. And let's just say that each of those trips amounts to them saving $600 on their vacation. That means that you save 10 people a total of $6,000. So the company is going to pay you a travel savings bonus of $3,000. Now let's have a look at a more aggressive model, because once you see and know that the business works, I guarantee you're going to get a little bit more aggressive with it. So that means that you're going to go out and get yourself 100 customers. I do want to point out, guys, this has absolutely nothing to do with team building. So a lot of people are opposed to building a team. They don't want to recruit. They don't want to train anybody. You don't have to. If you don't like selling, if you don't like recruiting, then don't. This is a customer acquisition model. So you go out and get 100 customers, and with the same math we used in the previous slide, you're going to save 100 people $60,000. And what's half of 60,000? That means $30,000 are going to be coming back to you in a form of a cash savings bonus. That's pretty amazing, guys. And we're not even talking about the 100 free meals that the company donated to those impoverished children. I love it. Now, this is something that when you get it, you're going to take off running. And I can admit to you that it takes about, I would say it takes about a good 90 seconds to send out a boomerang to a customer. And once they activate it and they start saving, and you do this 1,000 times, there's no limit to, how long you have to build your customer base. If you don't get 1,000 customers within the next 5 months, the company isn't going to make you start all over and start rebuilding your customer base. You can take as long as you need to take to get this customer base. But I highly encourage that you do, because the company is going to pay you $300,000 per year in travel savings bonus by generating 1,000 customers. Again, this has absolutely nothing to do with team building. But for those of you like myself who do enjoy team building, we have something for you too. So if you have a team of 50 people and you have your 50 travel savings ambassadors, each of them have 10 boomerang customers, that means that you've instantly gotten yourself 500 customers within your organization. That means that you're going to, on average, make $20,712 per year. That's $1,726 per month. Now, I know that $1,700 per month can pay somebody's mortgage. So I just want you to kind of visualize yourself being able to pay your mortgage out of your iBoomerang paycheck. This is, if you've been with us for a while now, you know that this company pushes people to get out of debt. So if your mortgage is $1,726 and you're paying that by working your 9 to 5, what if your iBoomerang check, what if you could pay 2 mortgages a month put that second payment towards your principal of your house and pay your house off in 15 years instead of 30. Somebody type hashtag good into this chat right now, because we love showing people how to get out of debt and maximize this opportunity. Now, one of the things that I personally like about team building is because I like to help people. In fact, one of the ladies who I've personally signed up to this business, she just left for Hawaii today with her two children. They went to go check out Ulani Resort in Hawaii. So I'm excited about that. It's a great feeling to show someone this business. She's a single mother too. She's a single mom of two, and a lot of women, they feel like they can't travel because they have kids and it's too expensive. But what if you showed them how to build a team, how to generate a customer base, and how to generate over $103,000 a year with this iBoomerang opportunity? Now they don't have to sit at home with their children. They can go further than Wisconsin Dells. They can go to Hawaii now because they're generating an extra income, and they're able to stay at 5-star resorts for 3-star prices. Now, in this model, when just having a team of 250 people, that means that you have 2,500 customers in your organization. That's a 6-figure income, guys. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the network marketing industry, you would typically have to have way more than 250 people in your organization before you start making a 6-figure income. But I told you in the beginning, iBoomerang is the great equalizer. You don't have to be a strong recruiter in order to make a 6-figure income with this business. Yes, yes, and yes again is win-win once you're in, my friend. Now, if you want to get crazy, then we can get crazy. And you could go out and get a team of 1,000 travel savings ambassadors. That means that you have a team of a customer base of 10,000 customers. Each of those 1,000 travel savings ambassadors, just by getting 10 Boomerang customers, you're going to be making $414,000. Now, we're not the typical company that tells you to fire your boss and quit your job and you're going to be a millionaire. We're going to show you how to build this thing right. We're going to show you how to build relationships with people. We're going to show you how to get out of debt. We're going to show you how to pay some things off. We have industry icons in this industry who have taken charge of showing people how to really maximize this business, as well as teaching financial literacy. So this company, it may look like we're just showing people how to save on their travel. We're showing people how to live life. We're showing people how to generate the lifestyle that they enjoy waking up to. So that's one of the things that I really love about this. There's not too many other places that you can go and make $414,000 in 1 year. Guys, that's $34,000 per month. That's somebody's annual income right there. And we can show you how to make that in 1 month. That's pretty awesome. And if you're making a 6-figure income already, that's 3 months of that monthly income before it passes your yearly income, with your 6-figure income. Is win-win once you're in. Now, those travel saving bonuses are nice, but you probably are wondering, well, how do I make some right now money? You know, I got bills to pay right now, and I can't wait for people to start, booking their travel and coming back from their trips before everything is paid out. I need some right now money. Well, that's where you want to start building a team, because those commissions are paid out every single Friday. And then the residual income is paid out once a month on the 20th. Now, if someone is on this line and they want to join us for coach class, business class, or first class, the company is going to pay you $20, $40, or $80 respectively. So that's that. Then we also have our dual team bonus. Now, this is what I call the cherry on top, because we have what's called a binary structure. You're going to balance it out by having someone on the left and someone on the right. Now, if you are watching this presentation And the person who just started with you, you want to make sure that you get in before they tell anybody else about it, because you want to be at the top of their binary. So don't wait. Don't, ask people who didn't see this presentation, what do they think about it? They don't know because they didn't see it. So make sure that you're getting informed decisions made with this. You have someone on your left, someone on your right, and cumulatively, with this dual travel bonus, if your team is making $5,000 in total volume for that week, you're going to get paid on that lesser leg. So we call that lesser leg your income leg. So I like that concept, because if everybody is getting paid on that power leg, then nobody would work the business. So yes, it's great to balance yourself out by getting paid out on that lesser leg. So just with this example here, if you and your team make $5,000, if you're getting paid out with 20% in that dual bonus, which means that you came in at the first class package, that's $1,000 in your pocket for the week. But I do want to point out that just on our weekly pay alone in this binary, you can make up to $250,000 per week. That's $1 million a month, guys. That's not including those travel saving bonuses that we talked about. That's not including the direct sales bonuses that we have over to the left. That's not including our leadership bonuses. That is literally just the dual team bonuses. There is money to be made. There's money to be made. Now let's go on with how you can get yourself in business. Everybody starts at the standby package. Everybody starts with $49.95 one-time investment. This is going to come with one Boomerang customer website. It's going to come with your iGo website. It's going to have the 5 boomerangs to send out to customers. But don't get stuck at standby. The reason for that is because we literally want people to really maximize this opportunity. This package is specifically for people who see the vision. They want to act now, but they may not have the income right now to purchase one of these other packages, like the coach class. The coach class is $250. Everything that I'm on this screen, add the $49.95 standby package to that. So for coach class, it's $299.95 one-time investment. 30 days later is going to start a $99.95 monthly overhead. You get 10 Boomerang customer sites, and you get 50% of those travel savings bonuses. So that means that if your customer saves if your customer saves $200, instead of you getting that $100 savings, you're going to get $50 because it's in coach class. You'll have access to hotels, flights, and rental cars. In the business class, you now have access to cruises on that iGo booking platform that we talked about earlier. You get 25 customer Boomerang sites to send out. You get paid 12% in that dual team that we talked about on the previous slide. And it's a one-time investment of $549.95. Now, first class package. This is the package that I have. I'm a founder. I came in with the first class package because I seen the vision of the company. You get access to everything that we talked about in this presentation. You have that timeshare access. You have luxury home access. You have access to cruises, hotels, flights, rental cars, those restaurant savings that we talked about. You get 50 Boomerang customer sites, and that's for a one-time investment of $1,049.95. Now, I do want to point out, I am the owner of an iPhone XS Max. My iPhone cost me more than it did to join this business at the first class package. And guess what? My iPhone does not bring in a residual income for me. In fact, because I have this business, because I made a business investment, now because of this business, my iPhone is tax deductible. My phone bill is tax deductible. My travel is tax deductible. My utilities to my home, tax deductible. Anything that I want to do that's concerning my business, including my vacation that I'm taking to Greece next month, it's all tax deductible. That's something that my iPhone didn't do for me. And I'm bringing that up because people, they'll look at the $1,000 as that's too much, but they'll pay for an iPhone that does nothing but sits in their lap, and then that's it. So I just kind of wanted to bring the concept to life of having a merchant mindset versus a consumer mindset. So I think it's important to point stuff out like that because we really want people to generate a great income. And with this first class package, you're going to be getting paid more for doing the same amount of work. So that dual team bonuses that we talked about, if your team generates $15,000 for the week, if you're in first class, you're going to get $3,000 of that. But guess what? You're only going to get half of it in coach. And you're only going to get $1,800 of that in business class. So we're not trying to get everyone to first class so we can make money off of them. We're trying to help you make the money. So we don't want anyone to miss that ship by not understanding what that dual team is. You really make more money in first class than you do in coach class. It's the same thing as on the coach class on the plane. The people in first class are going to get their mimosas before the plane even takes off. They're going to have surf and turf on their menu. If you're in business class or coach class, you got to wait until at 30,000 feet before you see that cart coming down the aisle if you're thirsty. Okay, so it's the same thing over here. The first class is the way to go, but you do have the option of coming in at the class that you can afford and then using your income from this business to increase your package size. And at that point, you have 60 days to upgrade with just paying the difference instead of the full price. So that's free game, guys. Make sure that you take advantage of that. But most importantly, get back to the person who invited you on the line today. Make sure you have a serious conversation with them. If you need to talk to your spouse or your other half about it, make sure you talk about it with them, with the person who invited you on this line. Don't go and try to explain it to them. Make sure you have someone who is skilled at talking about this business. Talk to your other half about the business. Don't try and explain it to them because sometimes people mess it up and the spouse don't get the vision. Make sure you get started though. Just make sure you get started. Make sure you take off running with us. Imagine if you was in the boardroom with the founders of Uber when they were putting Uber into play. And imagine everybody who has the Uber app on their phone right now, if you were responsible for getting them to download that app. And imagine if every time somebody uses an Uber, somebody orders Uber Eats, somebody orders that Uber scooter, imagine if you got 100% of whatever it is that they made off of all of those purchases because you told them first and you went out and got all of the customers first before anybody else did. That's what we're doing here at iBoomerang. I hope you get the vision. If not, either way it go, we will see you on the beaches of the world and hopefully we'll see you for less. Boom.